Good morning. Welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Brilliant. Right, in today's RC Coffee Chat, the topics to cover are no flying yesterday because Bristol was wetter than an otter's pocket. Terrific. There's a video up on New Bulls about that one. New Mel episodes have been edited. Oh, we've got a new Chasing Dave episode, so that's me in the quad. You find out about that in a moment. It's an utter pants Blackwell pre-Black Friday sale thingy on Banggood. There's only one item which I've spotted, which is actually interesting. And Wayne from CurryKitten. DJI, a force for good or evil? That's a very interesting question which he's posed. And the last topic for today, we have two additional topics to go with today. Don't let me forget Ken and WTF. Yeah, that's interesting. In fact, let me just go and copy those and put them in my notes list. And by the way, I do cheat for these coffee episodes. I've got a little notes list on my screen which helps me try and stay organised for these coffee chats. So, on to topic number one. Yesterday here in Bristol, it was wetter than an otter's pocket. And if you want to see how wet it is, let me just fast forward this video. Is a little bit further than that, Matt. There you go. That was a road. And it was absolutely hilarious because we went down before it got that bad. Well, it was a couple of meters back. And we were watching the punters try and drive down it. And I can guarantee you that every single person who tried driving down that road was female. Now, you can make your own assumptions on female drivers. But every single one of them, which we saw, bar one, which was hilarious, was female. But the bloke who got stuck... Oh, I gave that one away, didn't I? Bollocks. Sorry, no edits in this one. There was I think it was a Waitrose van who'd managed to get himself stuck in there. And apparently what he'd been and done was ploughed it all the way through. And he had the water coming over the windscreen and things like that. And the van which he had, the turbo was up on the front. And he properly swamped it out. But he did make a valiant effort and got as far as about the post, which you can see there before it completely conked out. Absolutely nuts. So no flying yesterday for reasons as we can see on the screen. Now, what else we got on here? By the way, that video episode is live on YouTube. You can go and have a laugh and see how bad it is. And it's just, we've had even more rain overnight and it's supposed to stop today. Yeah, what can be done? Anyway, some new Mel episodes have been edited this morning. I got quite a few edited, actually. So we've got Mel 48, Mel 49, Mel 50, Mel 51, 52, 53, and 54 are being uploaded right now. We'll see that Mel 51 is when those Spironet antennas turn up from Get FPV for the IB crazy ones. And then Mel 53, that's when the dipoles turn up, and yeah, that bugged the living daylights out of me at the end of that episode. I just sat here for about 10 minutes and I did my best to try and mask it in the episode, but I was really pissed off. Come on, premium products. And they were both had issues. That is just not right. Hence why I made that video episode about the IB crazy antennas, because it really wasn't right. We're all told that they're premium products. Enough on that topic. There are some Mel opening episodes coming through, and that Mel 54 all I can say is that there's some wood in it and it keeps me amused. Right, on to the next topic. Chasing Dave. There is a new episode out. Literally just uploaded it a short while ago. And give you an idea, it's 0540 here. So it finished uploading about 40 minutes ago. It's already in the Facebook group. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, then what you can do is go across to facebook.com/groups/rag the nuts off, or it's just much easier for you to click the link in the video description. If you go and click on the link and press the join button in the right hand corner, you'll be able to see me chasing Dave around with a quadcopter. And those quadcopter fans out there, I'm sure there's quite a few of you, I've tried to improve my landings, not just drop it in the ground, but you'll see anyway. But I've got to say, I absolutely love flying wings. They look just amazeballs in the sky. And if it means that I need to improve my quadcoptering skills to get some better flight footage so that you can see flying wings in the sky, well, so be it, because they do look absolutely amazing. Next topic is pre-pants Black Friday sale from Banggood. I'll put a link to this in the video description. The only thing which I saw which was worth any mention was the TX02 all-in-one video video transmitter and an FPV camera. I quite liked mine, to be honest. It had quite a bit of a focused fisheye effect on it. But with that said, nice, decent field of view. Really cool little blue LEDs on the back. And worked great, although it did get a bit hot. Yeah, I liked it. There's a video review that I did on that a while back. I thought that was pretty cool. Next topic is Wayne from CurryKitten. Is DJI a force for good or evil? Now, I'll leave you to go and watch CurryKitten's episode on this. It's definitely worth a watch. I've passed my own comments on there. Oops, I didn't press like. I will do that now. Sorry for that, fella. Yeah, very, very interesting topic. What has DJI done for RC modeling as a whole? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? You can let me know in the comment section underneath this video. And of course, you can let Wayne know, or CurryKitten know over on YouTube. And I'll put a link to his video in the video description for you. Next topic is laminating the C1 Chaser. Let me just go and get her a sec, because she's sat over here somewhere. And like I said, this is a no edits episode. That's what these RC coffee chats are. Yeah, just a little bit of feedback. Sorry, I've just hit the mic. Yoo-hoo port. It is stuck the wings and the winglets on really, really well. The big negative for Yoo-hoo port is that it comes out like a pea colour on the actual model itself. So for white EPO foam models, not the best idea. I would frankly suggest choosing a different glue because it does look like it's peed itself on all the seams. But coming to my topic, well, point in hand. In fact, let's get CurryKitten off here. There we go. Is that I am going to laminate this model. I've kind of already decided that. You've already seen what the weather can be like here in the United Kingdom. Not good. And if you ever wonder why the British are obsessed about the weather, that's why. So I've already decided that I'm going to laminate this model just to keep, we'll try and keep some of her good looks. And by the way, 5,200 for us. Anyway, my point being is that I am going to laminate her. So I've got some clear laminate, I've got some black, I've got some silver, and I've got some pink laminate coverings. My real question for you actually is, what kind of, would you suggest just going for clear laminate on top and then just keep her white? Or maybe we do silver on the bottom? I genuinely don't know. What do you suggest? Or maybe go for the black on the top, because that does look sick. I don't know. It's really just like an open question. I've got clear, silver, like a really bright, shiny silver chrome colour, black, and pink. So I'm open for suggestions on a colour scheme. For this one, you can let me know your suggestions in the comments section underneath this video. Yeah, I haven't started yet, and I haven't started because I wanted to ask what you would do, or listen into some suggestions on what kind of colouring schemes we can do with her. So let's go and pop her over there. And by the way, I am still working on that model. I've made a little FPV, run cam mount for on top, which I was there thinking, oh, should I put some bolts through the two? It's easier to show you. Give me a sec. Grab that and that. So all I did was get a little bit of plywood, and I'll put this up on the camera. There we go. And I've even made it aerodynamic by giving it sanding off the front on it. And then that's going to mount up on the lid. There's 2 holes, and underneath there's a little bit of plywood. So what I'm going to do is mount that on top of there, like so. Then I was thinking about putting screws and stuff through it, and then I was actually ironically thinking, that's probably a bit heavyweight for a model. So I'm gonna use goop glue to hold the wood down, and then put a cable tie around it. Super simple, super light, and very rigid. And then of course, then on the front of there, we'll get the run cam mount as well to go on there. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the lid, but it's now the covering, which is now, I've made that little piece. I've got the Vector sat here on the desk, which I'm half setting up for the Talon, half setting up for the C1 Chaser. But it's the covering which is holding me back right now, because winter really is starting to get here now in the United Kingdom, and I'd like to make sure that model's pretty for as long as possible. So any suggestions on the covering scheme for it? Very, very welcomed. Next topic is, yeah, we kind of sold out Banggood on these from the Facebook group, but I'll share these with you anyway. Ken spotted this one, and I'd seen this one a while ago, and it looked like good fun. And then Ken said it looked like good fun, and he went and bought himself one. And that was kind of it. I've kind of bought myself one as well. It's a little 3D model. Half a metre wide, so 40 centimetres big, so not massive by any stretch of the imagination. The bit which attracts me to it is, number one, I don't think it's going to last that long. If I'm brutally honest, I don't think it will last that long with me. But on the flip on the flip side, is that I quite like the idea of having something which I can chuck around on the front of the house, if that makes sense. Something a little bit more aerobatic than the Flybear, which, by the way, remember that Flybear? What was it, FX818? I fly it most mornings. Well, when I can, when there's very little wind. So maybe this one could be a little bit more adventurous. I don't know, but I've been and bought one. I bought it yesterday, so it'll be with me in about a week's time or so. Don't know if I'm going to do a build video or anything like that. I'm not really sure. I've got a small receiver to go in it. It was saying something about a little battery to go in there. Where was it? Let's scroll down. Yeah, they were suggesting a 2S100/200 milliampere battery. Well, I don't have any of those. I do have some 400 milliampere 2S batteries. So rather than buying batteries especially for it, I was going to stuff one of those in there. We'll see how it does. So we had that one, and oh, Banggood win the award for the most butt ugly model. Spotted this one. Literally just came in. What do you reckon? It's kind of like a flying wing, but with a rudder. Now, I've never seen one of these fly, so I cannot comment on its flying characteristics. I suspect that... No, I don't even know how it's going to fly, to be honest. It just looks a bit weird. It looks a bit toyish, if I'm honest. Do you like the looks of this one? It does look a bit weird. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Do you reckon it'll be good fun? I don't know. Have you ever seen one like this fly before? I don't know. I haven't. But it could be good fun. But on the flip side, it's £107. Not bloody lightly is the short answer there. Now, as many of you know, that my personal threshold for most models is £50. Okay, anything at or beyond that has to be very special. So if we take the C1 Chaser, for example, that was, say, 52 quid. Now, I did and ah about that for about 1 second and bought one because it was that happy medium between the wings at 84 and the Phantom FX61. You can put it in the car without putting the seats down, and as we found out, it can take quite a payload in it as well. So yeah, the C1 Chaser was a very minor exception. It's £2 over, and I am super impressed with it. On the flip side, what else did we have which was slightly more expensive? Oh, the Phoenix 2000, which was £6, which was £56, and I bought that. Fantastic. Burnt a motor out in it. You know how it is. Motors are consumables anyway. And excuse me, you also saw me buy the Mini Drax as well. Now, that was a considered purchase over quite a long period of time, as in that I'd seen them, what's his name, Chris Click, make them and do a demo of them, or one of them, quite a while ago, and I was like, I must have one of these. So I've bought one of those, and I cannot wait for it to arrive. I genuinely can. It just looks amazeballs, absolutely amazeballs. And what was the other exception? Oh, those wings. You haven't seen that episode yet, have you? And sorry for dragging this one out. It's just trying to get around to editing all these episodes. Like this morning, I've done like 5 or 6 mail episodes, just trying to knock them out of the way, try and get those done. So at least we got some extra daily content. And the next video which I edit will be, remember that big brown box which arrived here? It did have 2 wings. One of them was sent to me for review, and the other one, I bought it because I thought, well, you're sending me a box anyway. I've been eyeing up one of those for a long period of time. Let's be having ourselves one of those while we're at it. So yeah, we got 2 very, very special wings, and unfortunately they've still been sat here on my office floor because I still am trying to work to a plan of first in, first out. We did have the C1 Chaser, which was a bit of an exception, and my next builds will be those flying wings, to give you a heads up. So yeah, I tripped over one of them yesterday, and there was some very blue language spoken, because it really did hurt my toe, so they must get done. But before I can get those started, I must finish what I already started, which is the Mini Talon, and kind of at the same time getting the C1 Chaser sorted so that we can get some FPV flights, etc, etc with her. So that's kind of like my schedule in the background, and I've got another 2 flying wings here as well. In fact, I'm not telling you what they are. There's 2 other wings as well which need to get sorted and built. In fact, they're quite small, so they'll be pretty quick. Oh, and I did also order another flying wing the other day off Banggood. One of the DW hobby ones, which kind of looked like a Tech Sumo clone. So I bought that one out of my own cash, so we will find out if it's shite or not, as the case may be. To be honest, I've looked at it. In fact, why don't we look it up right now? DW hobby. There we go. You're sat here, you've got a cuppa. Oh, I got asked this quite a bit. What was the difference between the version 1 and version 2 of the rainbow wing? Basically, version 2 has some little holes in the elevons, and one, brace yourselves, one extra piece of carbon fibre. No comment. There is a Rainbow 2, which is the one which I was talking about. Yeah, this one's got a 1 meter wingspan, and they've been and moved the motor mount back. I don't think this model by any stretch of the imagination is going to be as versatile as a Tech Sumo. But the main thing is the issues which I've had, and I'm sure you've probably had if you've got a Rainbow wing, is it was just too weak because the motor was too far forwards and they would crack down either side. But on the flip side, I really did like the original Rainbow wing. Yeah, I've cracked it, and you wouldn't believe the stuff which I've done with it. We had a combat session. Think back to those earlier episodes which I'd done on it. We were having full-blown combat, and I smashed Dave in the back elevon and flew away from it. And it wasn't until I did a full-on like side impact on the front of Craig's flying wing, where I cracked the wing and the battery flew off, and we did it like well, it didn't fly off, the battery just came hanging off, and it was just plummeting towards the floor because the nose weight was right on the front. It went whee in the ground, and of course I cracked the wing for that. But besides that, I've been flying it most sessions, and it's unlike the Bonsai, which can be pretty skittish. The other Rainbow wing is that you can fly it remarkably slowly. And I mean that, like, ridiculously slowly. And you try doing that at, oh, I don't know, about this high off the ground. That is good fun. But anyway, we don't know what this one's going to be like. I've ordered one. We'll see what it turns up and see what it's like. Again, that's got to be due here sometime soon. So, yeah, happy days. So, to recap from today's RC Coffee Chat. Number 1, no flying yesterday because Bristol was wetter than an otter's pocket. We've got some new mail episodes on the way out, and they've just finished uploading. I'm up to mail 54, but I think I'm up to like mail 56 or maybe 57 of actually being recorded. What else have we got? Dave's chasing me chasing Dave's episode. That, like I said, that episode is available in the Facebook group. The link to that is in the video description for you. And I do this with all the episodes where possible, is that I will publish them in the Facebook group first for the avid fans of Rag the Nuts Off, and then it typically comes out a day later or something like that over on YouTube. What was the next topic which we had? Oh yeah, pants pre-sale. The only thing which I noticed in the pre-Black Friday sales was the TX02. I'll put a link to that one in the video description for you. Wayne from CurryKitten, DJI, a force for good or evil. I don't know. Watch this episode. You make your own decision. Do share your thoughts with that. Very curious. Laminating the C1 Chaser. Like I said, I've got clear laminate, I've got chrome laminate, I've got black, and I've got pink. Any suggestions on colour schemes? That would be fantastic. Right now, I am kind of thinking just doing it with clear laminate would be good, so it remains white. I don't know. What's your suggestions? Ken had spotted the SAKURA on Banggood as well and bought himself one, and then I bought one, and then I think the rest of us cleared out the Banggood warehouse because now it's now saying like restock December the 1st, which I would hasten to add is only about a week away, approximately week, 12 days, something like that. And finally, WTF, which I'm sure many of you know what that stands for, is that we have a new model on Banggood, which is a bit peculiar. Do let me know what your thoughts on that model is, and would you pay £107 for it or not? I don't know. You can let me know in the comments section underneath this episode. So with that said, how warm's this coffee? Stone cold. Brilliant. My favourite. Not. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you ever so much for joining me today for... Let's try that again. So, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining me for today's... still screwed that. I'm off. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheerios!